The desert wind carried a loneliness that only those of the West understood. It whispered through broken canyons, rattled through thorn bushes, and swept across the burned remains of a once peaceful Apache village. Rancher Luke Harris pulled his horse to a stop at the edge of the ruins. Smoke still rose from the ashes, cold, thin, hopeless. Hours ago, a band of outlaw raiders swept through, leaving nothing but charred earth and silence. Luke wasn't here to claim land or track enemy tribes. He was searching for survivors. He had heard the gunshots from miles away, and then he heard it, not a cry, not a scream, just a soft, shuddering breath. He turned toward a collapsed hut and saw her, an Apache woman, wrapped in soot and blood, clutching a small clay jar against her chest. Her long dark hair was matted with ash, her eyes hollow and red from smoke and grief. She didn't move even when Luke knelt beside her. "Ma'am," he whispered, "you're hurt. Can you stand?" She looked up at him slowly, like a wounded deer expecting another bullet. "My husband," she rasped. "He fought. He died. They killed everyone." Luke's jaw tightened. "I'm sorry. I truly am." Her fingers tightened around the jar. "My son's ashes. I saved only these." Luke's heart cracked. The West was brutal, but this was something deeper than cruelty. "You're freezing," he said gently. "Let me help you, please." Her expression hardened suddenly, her voice trembling with suspicion. "Do you want something from me too, rancher, like they all do?" Luke froze. It wasn't just a question, it was a wound carved by men who saw her people as trophies, as property, as things. Every muscle in her body tensed, ready to flee, ready to fight, ready to die. Luke shook his head slowly. "I want nothing from you, nothing but to see you live." She stared at him, searching for deception, waiting for the moment his kindness turned into demand, but it never came. "I'll carry you," he whispered, "or we stay here together, whichever you want." After a long moment, she nodded weakly. He lifted her gently, careful as if holding a shattered bird. She didn't resist, but she didn't trust him either, not yet. He placed her on his horse and walked beside them through the burning desert, shielding her from the wind. Every few steps, she whispered a name, her husband's, her son's, her people's. Luke said nothing. He just walked. By the time they reached his ranch, she could barely lift her head. He set her by the fire, gave her his blanket, and warmed water for her wounds. "What is your name?" he asked softly. She hesitated. "Naily. That's a strong name," he said. "Means I love you, doesn't it?" Her eyes widened in surprise. He knew her language. He respected it. "My mother taught me when I traded with your people," he said quietly, "long before the raiders came." Naily's breathing steadied. She sat silently by the fire, clutching the jar of ashes. "You don't have to stay," Luke said. "Not 1 second longer than you want to." She studied him carefully. No hunger in his eyes, no possession, no pity, just a tired man who had seen enough death for one lifetime. Later that night, Naily woke screaming from nightmares. Luke rushed in only to stop when he saw terror flicker in her eyes. He stayed by the doorway, not closer, not touching, not intruding. "You're safe," he said softly. "No one will hurt you here." She cried quietly, shoulders trembling like leaves in a storm. Luke sat down on the floor against the wall and stayed silently until she slept again. Days passed, weeks. Naily moved through the ranch like a ghost at first, but slowly, very slowly, warmth returned to her cheeks. She helped mend fences, fed the horses, sang soft lullabies to her jar of ashes when she thought no one listened. Luke listened. He never interrupted. One evening, Naily found him fixing the barn roof. She stood below, watching him with an expression he hadn't seen before, curiosity mixed with something softer. "You helped me," she whispered. He looked down. "Anyone would have." "No," she said gently, "not anyone." She climbed the ladder, stopping 1 step below him. "In my darkest night, you asked for nothing." Luke swallowed hard. "You owed me nothing." Naily touched his hand lightly, the first time she had touched another human since the massacre. His breath caught. "You gave me back more than life," she said. "You gave me back trust." Luke's voice cracked. "I'm glad you stayed." She smiled softly, tears shining in her eyes. "Maybe I was meant to find you." The desert wind blew gently, not cruel this time, but carrying a promise that broken souls could heal each other, that kindness could bloom where blood once fell, and that sometimes the West gave second chances in ways no one expected. That night, beneath the golden glow of lantern light, Naily rested her jar of ashes on a wooden shelf and placed her hand in Luke's. She finally knew the truth. Not every man wanted something from her. Some men simply wanted her to live. And Luke, he wanted her to be free.